Hello, so if you've been watching any of the videos on the Clove YouTube channel, you would have heard me talk about how useless I think in-car sat-navs are. Now, the sat-nav that I'm pointing at here is actually a Google Nexus 7 Android tablet that's been fitted to replace the in-car sat-nav in my Range Rover Sport. So I'll just show you briefly. I'll pull out the tablet. Here is the recess in which the original sat-nav sat. What I've done is I've lined it with carpet. I've got a Nexus 7 dock wired in here, with power all wired up to the vehicle battery that switches on with ignition, and I've got audio feeding into the standard audio system within this vehicle. So I just dock in my Nexus 7 into this, and that will use the pogo pins on the dock to feed the audio through to the Range Rover audio system, and I can then switch this on and I've got access to all of my Android applications. So if I unlock my tablet, what I've done here is I've customized the home screen to have a little setup that I like with some of my favorite applications. Now this is a Wi-Fi enabled tablet. So what I actually do when I get in the car is I take my Samsung mobile phone, and I've got an NFC tag on my keys, and I put the NFC tag to the phone to switch on mobile hotspot mode on the Samsung device, and then the Nexus 7 connects to the wireless network and uses the 3G connection on the phone. The phone then pairs with the Bluetooth in the vehicle. I dock this down here, got a little stand for it, and if necessary I connect it into the car power to charge, and then I continue to use the Nexus 7 whilst I'm on the road. So I'm going to show you that in action now. Okay, so I've got it all paired up with my phone now. I'm just going to show you a few things on how this Nexus 7 works in my car with my particular setup. So let's start with the gallery. Let's say I've got a movie in here that I want to actually watch. So I just click play on the movie, and that's all feeding through to my car's audio system. I can turn the volume up. And that gives me the ability to watch films and media on the go. So I might also want to listen to some music as I'm driving along. Now I actually stream all my music and I use Sony Music Unlimited, so let's just demo that as well. So I can go through and navigate to all the different tracks that I want with the service that I have from Music Unlimited, and it's all doing it over wireless, which is really handy. So we can also do a variety of other things. I can go and check on my Gmail because I've got my Google account synced up here. I can then perhaps go through to my TV catch-up service. So this again runs over Wi-Fi or 3G. It obviously depends a lot on what speed internet connection you've got. So what I've also got installed on the Nexus 7 is a speedometer application, and as you can see here it's using my GPS position to work out the actual speed. And you can see I'm driving and it sort of changes colour for the different speeds and has a whole dial that goes up around the side. It's a really cool feature. You can customize the layout, and I really like this application for driving along, and it's also quite good perhaps for your passengers, so they're actually got peace of mind of knowing what speed you're driving along at and whether you're sort of safe or not. So of course one of the main features of having the Nexus 7 installed in the vehicle is for navigation, and as you can see here I've got it running with a route, and of course because it's connected up to my phone and using Google Maps I get the best navigation experience. It will redirect me if I go off course and everything like that, and I think this is much better than any TomTom or in-car sat-nav that you get nowadays, because it gives you complete flexibility. And if you then pair that with the speedo that you've got running at the same time, it makes for a really powerful combination. Okay, so you could be driving along, or you and your friends or whoever's in the car might want to watch a YouTube video. I don't necessarily advise this, but as you can see we've got a YouTube video playing on the tablet. I've got the sound coming through the speakers.
Plastic, I'll just remove that.
And at the same time I can then have my navigation running here, so I can flick back into that and it will give me all my voice directions back through the speakers. And then of course I've got my speed application as well, and you could also be checking your Twitter, your Facebook. Now you might not want to actually do that whilst you're driving because that is unsafe, but you can do that all whilst in the car. And for perhaps what, 250 pounds this cost me all in, including the tablet, this is a much more cost effective than the sort of 500, £1,000 satellite navigation systems that you get in your car. I can actually remove it and I can use this on a daily basis and just pop it back in the car as and when I wish to use it for a much more versatile in-car navigation and audio-visual experience.